Buenos días y bienvenidas a la semana 2. Quiero explicarles lo que va a pasar esta semana y podemos empezar bajo las tareas semanales, semana 2, capítulo 2. Okay, so as you can see, I am currently in our tareas semanales tab. And we can see our Semana 2, Capítulo 2, which will run from el 23 a 29 de mayo, so from May 23rd to May 29th. Okay, and I want to go over our objectives with you and show you where you can find different information. Okay, so this week you are going to be learning a lot about families. And so you'll be able to identify and talk about family members. You'll be able to indicate possession of people and things. Okay. You'll also be able to make appointments using appropriate structures in order to express time and dates. And in order to do that, you need to know the months, the years, dates, birthdays, other events using numbers above 100. And you will also be getting into some more activities, and so you will be able to conjugate regular Spanish verbs in the present tense and use them in conversation to make statements, to ask and answer questions, etc. You'll be able to ask and answer questions, both yes/no types of questions, as well as informational questions using appropriate vocabulary, intonation, and word order. You'll recognize the difference between and characteristics of formal versus informal register. You'll also be able to express location and current conditions using the verb estar, as well as being able to use some negative constructions such as nothing or never appropriately. And so the first thing you'll do, you'll watch this welcome video that I'm currently recording. You will go through your textbook and complete the corresponding My Spanish Lab activities. Okay, and this week there are actually 2 quizzes in My Spanish Lab. Your dialogue, Diálogo número 3, Dialogue 3 will be due on Wednesday, May 25th, and 4 will be due Sunday, May 29th. You want to make sure that you log in your 2 hours of language and cultural contact. And you can also begin working on your language cultural contact presentation, number 1, but that won't be submitted until June 5th. And then I also have the link to my Google Calendar to sign up for your oral exam, which will be next week, and you'll see more information about that in the week 3 folder. Okay, so if we go into Semana 2, you'll see a list of the information. You'll also see that there's the Semana 2 plan, and you'll see that there are various places. You have it up in the lista de tareas, as well as the lectura, tarea, and quiz. And so you have it linked in there 4 times. So if I open up my Semana 2 plan, you'll see that you will begin reading in the textbook. Okay. Here's some objectives to go over and review. And then you start into the vocabulary and the grammar. Now, once you have completed 1 through 6, here's where you want to take the first quiz. Now, as I mentioned, both quizzes are in in My Spanish Lab. And so the last 9 activities are going to count as your quizzes for Capítulo 2. Now, the first 3 of those 9, and they have to deal with Spanish, extra practice, possessive adjectives, possessives with de plus a pronoun, and the months. Okay, those are what you want to do upon completing the first part here. Okay. Then, once you've done that, you will go into the second part of the chapter, all about conjugating verbs, how to change verbs based on who the subjects are. And you will take then the last 6 activities, which are the quizzes over regular verbs, AR verbs, ER verbs, IR verbs, questions, and the verb estar. Then you will take that quiz. Okay, now Each quiz has a different time period. For example, if I scroll back up here, you'll see that there are only 3 activities. They're 10 points each, and they're 5 minutes per activity. Okay. If I scroll down here, you'll see that there are 6 exercises that will make up your quiz. They're 5 points each. So again, the quiz is 30 points, but you have a little bit more time per activity. You have 7 minutes per activity, and you only have one chance to take these quizzes. Okay, so if I go back, that was the semana 2 plan, okay, that you will see. This basically goes over the different objectives and the different assignments. Again, okay, I know it currently says the last 3 activities. It's actually the first 3 of the last 9 activities, and then the last 6. Okay, you want to make sure about those dialogues, and again, the reminders on where to turn those in. Okay. So, you have your diálogo número 3. And again, every time you see the diálogos, you'll have this information, which will give some general instructions and objectives. And then this one is a diálogo entre una recepcionista y una paciente. So you have the receptionist and a patient. Okay? And you want to make sure that you run through your dialogue twice. Now, if we end up with just one person in the course, then I can work with you on that. But if we maintain the 2, you will work with each other up on that. Okay? And you always have the rubrics on how you will be graded, and there's always the Google Hangouts on air to record yourself or a conversation with your classmates. Okay? And so you have that information all in every diálogo section. Okay. So again, the diálogos are the ones that are due on the different days. Okay. Diálogo 3 is going to be due Wednesday, May 25th. Diálogo 4 will be Sunday, May 29th. And then there's a recursos category, and here you'll find different websites to help you with some different explanations or practice. And I have also included PowerPoints from a textbook we use in our 101 classes over certain items, and so you also have those there if you would like additional explanations. Okay. Bueno, espero que todo les vaya bien y nos hablamos pronto.